take us in.
Do it.
Well, good evening and welcome everyone to another tale of high seas adventure with the crew of Blood Red Seas. Yar, me matey. Tonight we have what might possibly be the finale of our little short shot. We'll see how things go. But before we get into game tonight, I have a couple of announcements to make, and I'm going to throw it around to everyone to introduce themselves. So to start with announcements, hi, I'm Throck, at Throck Plays on the tweeters, and one of the co-founders of Welcome to the Party, and I run our Friday and Saturday games, and I am here to tell you that we are running a charity stream at the end of next month. We are trying to raise $5,000 over 36 hours in 9 4-hour one-shots for a charity called Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline provides micro grants to folks who are going through transition to become who they are in order to cover things like, you know, changing their name on birth certificates or updating their medical records, all of these things that cost money, but aren't accounted for in like the big ticket items. And of course, they also do a crisis line that is staffed by members of the trans community, for members of the trans community. And so one of the reasons we chose this charity is because we could literally point to where all the money was going and go, yep, you guys are providing a direct service to people, and that's amazing. And that is why we want to help you out. And we have a large LGBT community here at Welcome to the Party, and I think that's another one of the reasons why we chose this charity, because it's reflective of, I think, who we are as a group. And I want to put the link into chat, so if anybody wants to sign up, they should feel free. We're probably going to have 5 players and a storyteller / DM per stream, just to fit as many people in as possible. And right now, we're honing in on the last weekend of September to be the date that it happens. And it's kind of up in the air because we weren't sure if it was going to be September or October, but it turns out Thanksgiving in Canada is the first weekend of October, and so we'll probably do it the other time. But yeah, that's it. And that's me. And we're going to be playing Pirates tonight. Yar, me matey. So let's pass it around to the team and get everybody to say hi, let us know where else they can see you, and all that sort of good stuff. We'll start with Mr. Captain J. Cross.
Hello, everybody. I am Capjack, or at Captain J. Cross on Twitter and on the Discord. I am one of the Discord mods. And tonight I'll be playing Mad Jack Thorne, the Quartermaster of the Iron Maiden. You can find me on a couple of different games here on Welcome to the Party on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll get into those at the end of the stream.
I was muted. Sweet. Let's throw it over to Archer of the Eye.
Sup, my name is Archer of the Eye. I'm playing Atiro, and you can find some of my artwork at Archer of the Eye on DeviantArt. So go ahead and check that out. I haven't put up anything recently because I'm working on a couple other things at the moment, but hopefully I'll get back into that soon. So
excellent.
go ahead and follow it.
And now, last but not least, the person we should mock for being incredibly late for oversleeping for a nap tonight is Miss Abigator Frenzy.
Hello, it's me, your local napper who doesn't set an alarm, because you'd think that if I started a nap at like 5, I should be awake before 8:30, but no, not me. So yes, you can find me out around the internet. Just follow my Twitter, Abigator Frenzy. And today I am going to be playing Captain Winona the Marked Oakley. There we go.
The Marked.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just like saying it.
The Marked, right? It's such a cool. She's a badass, and it makes it even more badass because I have an awesome crew with me who like knows lingo and stuff. But yes, naps are great. I agree, chat. Thank you for understanding. I love you all.
Aww.
I can't even remember the last time I took a nap.
I take them regularly, but I'm old. Yeah. All right, so let's hop into this. Our pirates, sailing out of the free port of St. Octavia, found their way to a strange island deep in the middle of the ocean that had an odd geographical feature. A rock shaped like a scimitar jutting high out of one end of the island marked where they believed they would find the treasure of a famous pirate named Freebooter Bonnie. Being chased as they were by their old adversary Rose, in her ship the Rosebud, the crew of the Iron Maiden. I did not do well on this intro so far. The crew of the Iron Maiden engaged in sailing combat with the other ship, sinking it and presumably destroying most of the crew. Then they made landfall on this strange island in order to seek out the booty held by Freebooter Bonnie. Slogging their way through the jungle, they made it to a strange cave that had these odd green motes of light flying around in it. In here, they encountered ghosts and skeletons and other odd things, all in service to the shackled soul of Freebooter Bonnie. Making their way through this dangerous cave, they gained some new allies in the form of five skeletons who they convinced to join their crew, which is ridiculous, and then made their way to the deepest portion of this pirate cove, where they found a strange emerald that was slowly building a bone giant to defend itself against these interlopers. They destroyed the emerald, and in doing so, freed Freebooter Bonnie's soul from enslavement on this island. And as they made it back to their ship, a strange fleet of skeleton-looking ships appeared on the horizon.
The ships look like skeletons?
The ships look like they have bone, or have bone filigree and things like that. Propelled as they are by a strange green glow in the sails.
Nobody ever told us this.
Well, I added some extra story flavor. Enjoy. The skeleton fleet comes ever closer to our pirate crew of the Iron Maiden, and now we turn it over to the players to see what the hell they do.
Again, that's a lot of ships. I don't think I have enough cannons on board to take all of them. What fleet is that even?
They're not.
They fly in colors.
They're flying a skull and crossbones.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, are they flying a specific version of it that would be recognizable to other pirates? That's what pirates do.
You could, yes. I'm just gonna say yes. It is the flag of the Accord.
Oh joy! Yeah, we don't want to mess with them.
Let's leave. Can we try to leave? I want to leave.
Okay. Hang on one second. Before you do, a tarot.
Yes.
Can you make me... I don't normally ask for these, but can you make me a spout lore check?
Alrighty. 11.
Yeah. So, you realize something. Being the arcane expert that you are. First up, you realize that the green power that seems to be moving these sails is very, very similar to the strange motes you saw down below. You also realize that it's very likely the fact that that emerald you destroyed is what caused these ships to show up here at this moment.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yes.
They know we broke the gem. I don't know how, but that's probably why they're here.
Didn't Freebooter Bonnie say she'd be seeing us soon? And something about a husband. Who was her husband by chance?
I'll give that to you out of your spout lore as well. It is the captain's name is Baron. I don't know why I didn't write this down. I thought of it earlier today and thought it was awesome. Baron von
Barrington.
Baron von Barrington.
Just a big bear.
Oh,
captain's
I
up
didn't
there.
even hear.
Baron von Krieg. Baron von Krieg.
Oh, that's... yeah, I can see that one.
Yeah.
Did they, by chance, have a loving relationship?
Yes. Well, I mean, as much as, pirates, I guess. I guess pirates can have love. Why wouldn't pirates be able to have love? Yeah.
Maybe they came to show their appreciation
Would
for...
you count on that, Captain?
One of the skeletons comes running up to you and goes, boss. Bosses. Bosses, hey, bosses. That's bad.
Yeah, I figured. Let's get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
Well, they're gonna keep chasing you. I think, yeah, we're still kind of connected. They're gonna keep chasing you.
Wait. They're tracking you?
Well, no, they're tracking, him. And they point at you, Kapchak.
What? Me?
Well, yeah, you're the one who broke the thing, right?
I didn't break it. That was Bonnie.
Oh, wait, yeah, who actually broke it? Sorry, yeah, they're tracking whoever actually...
No one broke it. She did it.
We
Like,
got
how
Bonnie
stuff it.
to
I
break
just
it
told her how.
herself.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, they're chasing you, Captain Mowgli. They knew you. They knew you broke it.
Okay, so still probably a bad idea to
Why
be
are
trapped
they mad
between an
about that,
island
though? I'm just...
and a fleet.
This news leaves no one here. Understood?
You do realize the entire crew can see this, right?
No, this important bit right here.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's get the ship moving before we die.
That's your order, Captain. Get us moving.
Is there any way to... Because I have a feeling even if we run away, they're going to keep chasing us. Eventually they're going to catch up.
Yes, we'll work on that as we get moving.
But it's a Tiro.
Yes.
It's an entire fucking fleet of ghost pirates.
Yes. And if we run away, we get to decide how we engage them, rather than having them surround us and decide how they want to pull us apart.
However, now might be the only chance to talk to them and set some kind of deal or understanding without running away looking like cowards.
Looking like
Or
cowards
just-
is one thing. Running away from an entire fleet is another thing, Captain. And with all due respect, I doubt they want to parlay. You don't bring an entire fleet if you want to parlay.
You do if you want the upper hand.
Yes, but you usually keep at least a couple of them at a distance.
What
I
about
turned to-
another captain? Should I have the crew make to ready?
I turned to the skeleton.
What? Captain?
They're following me specifically.
Ooh, yeah. I think.
What do you think about it?
No, Captain.
Wait, isn't there like if you raise your own colors or whatever, is there like a universal sign for like...
Yeah, there are like signal flags and stuff.
Is there a sign for like, holy shit, don't attack, we can talk?
I mean, you could put up the signal for parlay? Question mark?
Let's fucking do it. Throw up the flag. or signal or whatever.
Oh, you want me to do it, Captain? Says the skeleton.
All right, you lazy landlubbers. Here's what we're doing. Those ships are coming to us. They're coming to have a chat with us. We did them a favor, and hopefully now they're going to do us one as well.
But boss, says one of the crew members, they look real evil.
That is why I will be the one to parlay with them.
I mean proper evil.
Are you or are you not a pirate in my crew?
I am.
Then do as your captain says.
All right. Okay. All right. And then he kind of steps back. And he kind of looks at his buddies and kind of shrugs a little bit, and they go off to do their thing.
Real proper evil.
The signal flags get raised for parlay. Do you guys want to do anything while they're coming up to you? Are you going to hang out?
I'm having the crew prep the ship in case we need to make a quick getaway, just in case.
I was
Okay.
about to say.
Would like to prep a little special surprise for anything that tries to follow us.
Okay.
Specifically, kegs of gunpowder that can be time-delayed explosive.
That is not an unheard of thing in certain pirate tactics, and I like it. Mostly in Sea of Thieves, but whatever. It's a good video game. Let's use it. I like it. Yeah. You can absolutely do that. You're able to use. How much of your stores do you want to use on explosive barrels?
I would say, oh boy. I wouldn't want to use all of it, because we definitely need cannons, just in case.
Yeah.
I would say... let's use a 1/8 of the gunpowder that we have available.
Okay. Sweet. Use an 1/8 of the gunpowder. That's going to give you 5 barrels.
Oh, that's more than I was hoping for.
How
Thank
many
goodness.
ships are there?
How much?
How many ships are in that fleet?
So at a total, it looks like 6.
It'll be enough to, at the very least, keep them from
Yeah.
chasing us down easily.
The very, very large one at the front, is called the Warspite.
The Warspite.
Yeah. And that is Baron von Krieg's own ship.
Oh.
I thought Bunny was like 100 years old or something. How's he still around?
He's a
It's a
ghost.
ghost
Dead.
plate.
Yeah, but that's the Accord, and the Accord is now. Wait, the Accord? The Accord's working with the freaking ghosts? Really?
Oh.
That's an issue.
Awkward.
You guys can also attempt to recollect anything you may know about ghost fleets and things like that if you so choose.
Yes, please.
How would you like to do that?
That is. Yeah, that's a good question.
It would be spout lore-ish. I can tell you something. In every story of every ghost fleet you've ever heard, there is always mention of an incredibly ornate compass rose. How do you know that?
Sorry, the way you reacted, Captain Jack. You were just like,
Don't Any fancy compass?
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
I've been on a couple of fleets. I've heard a lot of ghost stories of a lot of different ghost pirates out for revenge or whatnot. Then for some reason, all of them mention funny, interesting compass rose.
So didn't we get a really fancy compass while we were in the cave?
Yeah. Mad Jack reaches into his pocket and pulls out the golden compass. Oh no! And can he open it, or is it
Yeah.
open already? Or
Yeah.
open it? Is it doing anything?
It is spinning.
Was it doing that before?
It was not doing that before.
I'm just looking at it and like, this is a conundrum. 'Cause
Actually-
they already know where we are.
Mad Jack, make me an intelligence check.
Come on, Mad Jack, you hella intelligent. As your captain.
What is very good. Oh my god!
Really?
Told you.
You
Told you.
recall that there were two, like, as you look at the compass, you realize it's encased in gold, right? But you could take the casing apart, and there's this bejeweled compass rose with 8 points on it, right? So it's just the rose is very, very ornate and gorgeous. The rest of it's gold and looks like it was made to like house it or whatever. But it's the compass rose itself that is the most the most impressive part of this. And you realize that there were two slots at the bottom of the crevice where the emerald sat that could fit two compass roses of this size.
Oh, Captain.
Yes.
So this rose here, there was under that emerald, there was a slot that could hold two of these, and this is one, and that's why she needed her husband here. That wasn't all the treasure.
Either that, or she said death cheated on her in return. Maybe she wasn't looking for unlife for herself.
Do you still want to parlay with them?
So, Captain, I'm seeing two choices. We either head back to that place and try and see if we can do something with this compass rose,
You would need the second.
or we take off. I don't think parlay will work in this situation.
It depends how generous they're feeling. And, well,
I'm not thinking they're feeling generous, and they all the treasure is kind of destroyed.
One of the
Oh,
other
there's
skeletons
What?
is kind of looking over your shoulder when you open up the compass, and he feels like, I feel really drawn to that. What? Well, I think I've seen that one before, or one like it. Says, and he points back at the big ship.
Oshi?
that's the other one. Right, so they need both of them for something. And they'll do whatever it takes to get it. We could drop it into the ocean, they'll walk along the bottom of it, pick it up, whatever, and probably leave us alone. Or there is always the opportunity to work with them.
Parlay is suddenly seeing like we have a little bit more of a bargaining chip than we had originally thought.
Now we just have to consider that there's nothing stopping them probably from just killing us and taking it.
Yes.
Unless it were to, by chance, be rigged to explode. Right.
I'm not.
Turn to a Tiro.
Would I? Would it be a? What would it be to try and figure out if an explosive would even damage the thing?
So, you know that most magical items
Are extremely resistant.
are quite impervious to things. Yes. It's not that it would be impossible to destroy it.
It would just take probably more than we're willing.
Both more than you're willing to use and the expenditure of a large amount of your own self and other casters in destroying it. It
And
requires
even,
a magical unweaving, right? Would be far more easy to do than a physical destruction.
This could be unmade. It is out of my current abilities to do so. And explosives, as much as I hate to say it, no explosion could destroy them.
Right, so very quickly, what's to stop them from just killing us and taking it? We need to figure out that
Nothing.
before we can do anything.
Unless...
We just threaten to
Wait,
stomp
skeleton.
on it.
Not going to work, I don't think.
I don't think so.
What was your idea, Tiro?
Yoshi. Skeleton dude. How does this affect you? And I just hold out the compass rose in front of him.
I feel drawn to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they'll always know where this thing is.
I think so. But I also
Well, there
feel
goes
drawn
that
to the
plan.
captain.
That makes things both more difficult and more easy. How about
Whoa.
I take a little trip
Yeah,
to the island.
right.
Therefore, the fleet isn't drawn to my ship, but to the island.
But they already see the ship is the problem, and they don't need to be drawn to it to know that it's your only way off, and they can just destroy it, and all of a sudden, all your bargaining chips are gone.
Damn it.
Not
Honestly,
to mention
Captain,
letting you go off by yourself. Not a thing that we're going to do, Captain.
I think at this point, running is the best option. At least gives us more time to consider other options.
So, I want to do a spout lore.
Hit
and see
me.
if we even could outrun them if we wanted to.
Probably not.
If they have, like, the power of the devil behind them to always have the wind and things like that.
I wouldn't even have you make a spout lore. I would say that you're enough of an expert sailor to know that if you were to set sail now, you could at least slow down their approach enough to get darkness between you, to get nighttime,
So
which
we
would open up
survive.
additional options. Yeah.
It would give us at least some time.
Well, Captain, we could... If we run now, we'll be able to keep out of them until dark. The question then becomes... I mean, ultimately, what do you want to do? Do you want to parlay or do you want to run? It's your decision, Captain.
I hate running. I really despise running.
Then we face them.
I'm not sure how much smarter running is than parlay. However, and at that, I kind of yell up, "Hoist up the sails! We're leaving now!"
Ding
You're the
ding,
captain!
ding ding, ding ding, and the crew jumps to work, pulling down the sails. And I need whoever would want to make it. I'm guessing the captain at this point, to roll 2d6 plus your manpower score or your maneuverability. 2d6 plus 2. Okay, so it's a successful complication, which is obvious. It's that the fear that is being put into the crew by this oncoming ship causes them to trip up and be slower than you'd like. They catch up. You think you're going to make it into darkness, but they're going to be hot on your heels as the sails flow open and you catch the wind and start running.
Alrighty.
Fuck.
As soon as we're off, I'm going to go into my little, experimental workshop, I guess would be the case, and start rigging those bombs.
Okay. I don't know that there's a roll I need you to make for that. I think we're just gonna do it. Yeah. Do me a roll plus int.
Alrighty. Oh my goodness!
We'll take an XP.
He blows a hole in my ship.
Roll a 1d6. So you're working on one of the black powder kegs, and you turn around really quick because you hear one of the dinner bell ringing, right? Ding 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 ding. You turn around, but you accidentally hit this candle that wasn't. You didn't think it was close enough to cause any problems, but it touches off a small beaker of powder next to you, which explodes and like fills your side with shrapnel for 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
We healed all the stuff damage we got.
Yeah,
before.
you were all healed up from before.
I'm not dead again.
Yeah. You're down to 4 barrels.
Okay.
A Taro!
Yeah, you all hear
nothing.
a small explosion.
And that's
From below
typical
decks.
for me.
Mad Jack is gonna like run down and open the door. Atiro?
That's the usual.
You're
I'm
bleeding.
got it. No, not that badly. It's better than last time.
I go down and I look at Atiro. I see that he's bleeding. I kind of push past back. Atiro, you idiot, stitch yourself up. And I smack him in the back of the head and I walk back up.
I think I'd rather have the surgeon stitch me back up. I'll go see him now.
Oh, look at you again.
I'm gonna walk with Atiro. Atiro, want to have a talk with you.
Alrighty.
So, I saw, 4 barrels back there?
Yes.
You know what we could do? We have the lanterns on the back of the ship, right? You know, the
Yes.
ones that kind of guide and things like that. What if we took some spare lanterns and mounted them onto those barrels? And we set them adrift, and keep them adrift, and extinguish ours at the right moment. And then we can turn the ship in the dark.
Good plan.
They wouldn't see that, and maybe their sight wouldn't quite be ready for the turn, even with the sensing.
That is a possibility. And if I rig a couple explosives to trail behind it as they catch up to it. Let me get stitched up and I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Go ahead and get healed up for 3 points of damage as you go and meet the sawbones. So you're down to 2. Yeah.
In the
And then-
meantime, Mad Jack would like to try and use the signal flags to try and have a conversation with the ships chasing them, if at all possible. See if they're in a chatty mood.
Yeah, you absolutely can do that. I mean, I'm not your captain, but
Yeah.
from a storytelling standpoint, you can.
Captain, you might
I
have
hold
like-
up my hand. Whatever you want to do, do it.
Noted. Thanks, Captain.
At this point, I know that my quartermaster is probably like my biggest like asset at this point. If anyone should talk to the ship, let him talk to the ships.
Yeah, feel free to put up whatever signal you'd like.
Okay. So I guess the first would be have compass, wish to parlay.
A signal comes back, heave 2.
Need assurances.
The flags come down and run back up again, heave 2, or else.
Not in a chatty mood, are they?
I'm trying to think what the best response to that would be.
Rather not.
Do we bluff?
Eh,
Because I could run up, have competent mage, need assurances.
I mean,
I could do that.
yeah, I guess that is a bluff.
I mean,
Need assurances or else?
need assurances or else mage.
Already dead. Heave 2.
Really? What?
Okay, we're already dead.
Okay.
Heave 2. Yeah.
Can you do something that says compass not?
Compass not. Yeah, exactly. Compass not broken yet.
It takes a moment for flags to come back up after that. As if there's some sort of conversation happening. And then, about 15 minutes later, a flag rises up, says, allow our captain to board.
What do you say to that, Captain? We can get a parlay.
Allowed, let him board.
Tell them to send a single small rowboat. Don't let their big ship get within cannon range.
Yeah, so I will run up. Agreed. Hold position.
No, we come to you.
I ain't letting them in cannon range. That's a bad idea.
You do something like either hold position or our captain comes to you. That still wouldn't make any sense. Fuck.
Captain, you ain't going nowhere. Okay, here's the thing. They don't think their captain can be used as a hostage, though.
Need assurances, please hold.
No. If we do that, we sound weak. Right now, we have an upper hand, I believe. Because that worries them.
Yes.
So,
Atiro, can you make yourself real magic-y? I don't know how you do that.
I mean,
Just,
how good are you at lying?
or how much magic can you, like, project so that we can sell this?
I mean,
We need you to look and feel super magic. He already is an elf. I think we have that on our side.
I can make myself look more magic-y, but anyone who has the ability to detect that kind of thing will see right through it.
Well, if they do, then we're fucked anyway, so.
Give it a go, then?
Okay. Da-da-da-da. Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna make myself all glowy and have like lightning crackle around me.
Intimidating.
It does say prestidigitation illusions are crude and clearly illusions.
But
They
they're
won't
a
fool
long
anyone.
distance away, so
But they might entertain them. Roll me
They're a really
2d6.
long distance away.
Roll me 2d6. They're about 500 yards from you guys right now.
Okay. Would that be my
No, just roll me a two. Just roll me a
Okay.
2d. Just slash roll 2d6. I'm making a test for them, but I don't roll dice. We'll see
so
how
is
well
this
they
one
believe
I
it.
want to roll badly on?
I ain't telling.
Yeah.
You don't see any obvious change in the way that they are rigged or anything like that.
Do you want to agree, Captain? Thinking if we have the upper hand now, we might as well use it.
Yeah, we
I
can't
don't
allow
want-
them within cannon range.
I don't want to allow them, but either way, eventually, I turn to Atiro. They're going to get within cannon range.
Not if our plan works and they start following a couple lights and go boom instead.
No, because even after that, they're going to sense that I'm alive.
That is
But
the
And they're
dead
on
already.
this.
typically disables most ships.
Just also a point I just realized that they're not most ships, are they? Actually, do their ships look seaworthy?
I mean, they've got some holes and stuff in them.
But any below the waterline or anything that would indicate the ship.
Not that you can see, because they're below the waterline. Yeah.
Actually, yes, we would be able to see when they like crest waves and things like that. We might be able to see like glimpses of them if they're there.
Make it discern realities. And anybody can make this who wants. Yeah, you don't see nothing.
Okay.
So you can either ask me about the boat, which I'm adding as an additional question here, or
The boat.
you can ask me one of those questions.
Like, is the boat looking like it's floating when it shouldn't be floating?
Yes.
Okay. Keg might not work so well, but
So parlay or parlay?
Or
Parlay.
run, or fight.
Parlay.
parlay. Get rid of the rose and run. Because that trick would still work. Because what if we hooked the rose to the barrels and turned?
And lose our...
Who's
But
our
if
bargaining
they
chip?
don't- It is a chance of losing a bargaining chip, but losing a bargaining chip is a lot better than losing our lives.
At the same time, when we talked to Bonnie, it worked out in the end.
This is true. I'm still not exactly sure how that happened.
The Sea Queen, she protected. Just saying.
At this, you see Captain Oakley kind of muttering a prayer to the Sea Queen under her breath, and she's like, I can't believe I'm fucking doing this. Sea Queen, protect me.
As
And
you
the crew goes,
make
"Fuck."
that as you make that prayer, Atero, you feel this presence in your skull say, "Feed them to me."
Okay. Ow. That hurt.
So we're going to parlay, Captain.
So, you know how I said I made a deal with death?
What? Eh?
He wants them dead.
Wait, once who did?
Them.
Oh,
I'm assuming he doesn't like undead very much, because, you know, being death and all, someone cheating him, it's not
Death
exactly...
already cheat. Oh, we can use this.
Death wants them dead.
We have someone that's tied to death.
You are staying with me when we parlay. You, I point to Jack. It's all you already know that you're gonna be with me when we parlay. Are you sure they want the fleet dead? Or to you?
Yeah, pretty sure. He straight up said feed them to me.
Who's them?
He said feed them?
Yes, and he definitely meant the undead. He wants...
That was what you thought, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
He doesn't want
I
you guys
assumed
dead.
it was yeah.
Like out of character, I'm like, are you sure about that?
Completely, he wants the undead dead.
Ah, we could use that then. Definitely.
I'm not seeing where you're going with this.
We're no more friends to death than they are.
Yes, but cheating death is always a bad idea.
Atero, you realize at this moment as well that you can commune, given you may be able to establish limited communication with whatever is speaking to you.
Okay.
Through casting via ritual.
Okay. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Give me 1 second. And I go and start doing a ritual right in front of them. Just like, just start.
Now is not the time for foolishness.
No,
What
this
are you
is
doing?
very much the time for this. And
What are you doing?
And then I'm like, okay, you want them dead. How do we make them dead in the easiest way possible?
Make me a...
Who is he talking to?
And you can take 2 forward on this. Make me a ritual roll. Take 2 forward. So +2.
Where is... Would that be cast? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So the +int +2.
Yeah. Roll int +2. Roll. There we go.
Okay, so ritual. First, you must give of your blood.
Alrighty.
And your allies will risk the
Actually, I don't even
danger.
bother doing that. I just like take the blood from my side, like it's there.
Take a point of damage in order to bleed enough as you watch Atero create this circle of blood.
Fuck,
And-
hero.
The wind begins to pick up around you.
You trust a bearded lady? Just let me do my thing.
And you feel this briny stench, as if rotten fish were suddenly dropped by the ton on the deck.
Oy, why is it always fish?
And your allies are at risk from consumption, as a eldritch explosion of green light appears on the deck. I need, I would like, if you are not within the ritual circle, you will need to defy danger in whatever way to avoid that explosion.
Were we in the circle when you made it?
I
Okay, cool.
didn't clarify that, so...
No, it would be, so you know from your ritual casting that only the
what?
communicator. Yeah, you will choose. An eldritch explosion is going off of
Okay.
energy that's like this wave coming off of it. How would you hide from that, or get out of its path, or...
I've been here.
The same way he's been doing it the whole time, with charisma and his belief in the Sea Queen.
Okay, I like it. I want.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go.
I was just gonna jump. Like, basically, when I see this, I'm gonna like jump and try to find some kind of cover behind a barrel or behind something
Okay.
if there's anything.
Sounds like Dex to me, right?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. So it's a Dex defy danger.
Ooh.
Okay, a couple of things happen all at once. As this thing goes, Jack, you're greeted with a vision. Hi, says this creature in these waterlogged, kind of dark gray robes with these tentacles coming out of its mouth. Its head is covered so you can't see the top of its face, but there are these protrusions kind of that it speaks through. Its hands are these elongated, green, almost snake-like fingers. Magic. Welcome.
Hello there. I'm guessing you're not the Sea Queen.
No.
Ah, What?
I don't...
Oh no, go on, please.
Your friend was hasty to call me. His ritual fed you up to me.
Wait, what?
That's just a bit rude of him. But, one, I would make terrible food. Let's just point this out. There is far better fare to be had for you. Yes. Just a couple 100 yards away. A fleet of them, in fact.
They will be consumed. But you could still have some use. What would you give me to stave off your own consumption?
Oh, a deal we're talking then.
Yes.
So, I wish to be clear about something then. Are you deaf?
And he doesn't answer other than that laugh.
He actually wants to discern reality to see if kind of who he's talking to.
Sure.
You guys, I am freaking the fuck out. This is so good.
You get to ask me one of those questions.
Oh, this is a tough one. Oh, I'm torn between two of them. Man,
I think I know which two you're talking about.
what should I be on the lookout for, and what here is not what it appears to be? You know what? That's what a coin flip's for.
Okay.
Oh, no, you were going to say something? Please, by all means.
No. The choice is yours.
The choices.
No. No.
Okay. Heads that one, tails that one. Okay. What here is not what it appears to be.
You're actually standing on what you're speaking to. As you look down, you realize that the emissary standing before you is but a pale reflection of an enormous creature. Its body almost that of a man with large webbed hands and snake-like fingers, bald pate and red eyes with tentacles where its mouth should be. This is the Deep Lord, the most ancient and feared of the sea deities, that which chooses to consume all in its own time.
Well, then.
You stand on it.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you stand on it on top of its head. The rest of it is submerged. Yeah.
Awkward. Any relation to the Sea Queen? I figure like they
No.
would have some kind of relationship, either antagonistic or.
Well, yeah, in that, in your discern realities, you realize that the Deep Lord sees all other beings as lesser beings, God or otherwise. The Sea Queen, fear isn't the wrong word, but operates with respectful distance to the Deep Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
That thoroughly influences what he's going to do then. Oh. Your lordship, I apologize for not recognizing you sooner.
Yes.
What? The degree I'm willing to give something up. Will that make a difference to the degree in which I get help in return?
You can't give something up unless it's dear to you, now can you?
It's
Otherwise, you're just throwing it away.
Oh, it's true. But there are some things a man holds dear far more than others.
I'm asking you. I will tell you if your price is correct. If it is not, you will be judged.
He is like racking his brain for all the things that make up him that he's willing to part with. He won't give up his faith. He'd give up his life first before he'd give up his faith or his captain or his crew or anything like that.
Think about your background. We'll get back to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and give that some thought. You're in kind of zero time anyways. As that happens, Abigator is blown off the deck and into the water. Or, not Abigator, I'm sorry, I just used your actual,
It's all good.
whatever. Captain Oakley is blown off the deck into the water.
Great.
So you find yourself now, the ship slowly sliding by you.
I yell up. Throw me down a boat or a rope.
Do you? What? Who said that?
Down here. Water. I'm done. Port side.
Oh, God!
whatever.
Captain! Okay, hang on. And this rope comes splooshing down near you. You are going to need to make some sort of attempt to grab it, however.
Okay. That'd be a strength or a dex or a...
Dex. I would call it Dex Defy Danger.
Oh, defy danger? Let's just do defy danger.
Yeah. Or strength, whatever's better for you.
Strength.
It's how you want to try and do it. Okay, yeah. You're able to swim over to the rope and you grab at it and you feel this nip at your foot as you start to pull yourself out. And you're lucky because the boat rocks for a second on one of the waves as shooting up out of the water beside you, its mouth wide with razor-sharp teeth, is a shark that's attempting to make a meal out of you. However, it misses by that much.
That's right, you bloody shark. Not today.
The problem is the one you didn't see.
No.
So you have a hard bargain to make. You see this happening in slow motion. You can either risk sliding very quickly back down the rope, almost letting go, or getting essentially hit by this shark's open maw.
Slide down very quick.
That would be a defy danger, right?
I'm sure, yes.
Yeah.
I am defying all the danger, you stupid
All
shark.
the dangers! Yeah, you see it coming, and you go, and you almost belay down, you like wrap your hand around it, and you allow it to like slow your descent down so that you don't fall uncontrolled into the water. There's this horrible thud and cracking noise above you, and you see this limp shark fall back into the water and slip below the waves as you're able to finally grab your way back up and get back up onto deck.
I'm imagining that my hands are probably either very raw or bleeding slightly because of the stroke burn, and
Yes.
there's either like my foot's bleeding or part of my boot has been almost bitten into by the shark.
Yeah, you actually, when you get back up on deck, you put your feet on deck and you go, because you realize that the heel of one of your boots was bitten off by that first shark.
I take both of my boots, I kind of chuck them to the side. I don't have time for this. And then I immediately, mumbling, just what I need. Sharks. Falling into the water and having sharks almost eat me. I go back up to where Tiro and Jack are.
Awesome. Tiro. You find yourself on that same strange green island, floating on top of the water.
Okay.
It's dark, no moon, but 1,000 stars above you, as this shiny, slightly rounded island. You stand on the center of it. In front of you is the same emissary. that you saw before.
Alrighty. So, you say you want me to kill these guys. Is there an easy way to do that?
I said I would call upon you for a favor.
Yes.
Now is the time for that favor.
Okay.
Upon the warspite sits an artifact, very similar to the one that your captain holds.
I figured that.
Were you to place these two artifacts in their proper positions in the cave where we first met, our deal, our bargain would be met, and you would be free to live your life as you choose.
And peel out!
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Gotta get to their ship now.
So out of curiosity, Atiro is in that place. Is Jack in that place at the same time or just separate? Okay, just checking.
No, that would be like logical in like a real reality sort of way, and that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back. I am having fun with this team as well, so maybe we'll come back at some point.
In that case, alrighty. I'll head back and see what I can do about that.
And you're back. But you know who's not there? Yeah. You get unceremoniously Captain Oakley, you walk over to the summoning circle and neither Mad Jack or Atero are there. And in that moment when you're like, there's this rush of water from nowhere, of like the briniest sort of tidewater, salt water that you've ever smelled, that just splashes onto deck, and falling through it is Atero, landing unceremoniously on the deck in the middle of this ritual circle.
How out of it does he look?
You're half in, half out right now, Atero.
I look at the captain and I'm like, figured out how to fix this. Ow. We need to get on their ship without dying.
I almost got eaten, but not one, but two sharks. Wow,
As you
slap him across the head.
And with that slap, we do a slash cut back to Mad Jack. So, my new friend, what do you offer to me?
I've had a bit of time to think about this. I understand that Hero owes you a favor, am I right?
Yes.
Yes. You are the Lord that devours all. The entire world shall be devoured by you in the end.
That is overly simplistic.
Perhaps. I'm a generally simplistic kind of man. I'm aware of who I am and my position and what it is I do. And I know something. I believe I know something. Making a deal with you would endanger my captain. So here's what I offer you. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, you are a brave soul. You feel a hand reach out, touch you on the shoulder. Its fingers wrap around your arm, and it looks at you the tentacles in its face raising up. And one by one, they touch your forehead and wrap themselves around your face.
No.
You will be my servant now. I like a soul that refuses to yield. But I'll yield in time to me. You go forth from this place changed. A herald of what is to come. And with that, you wake up, laying on the deck. A creature
Crap.
that looks like an approximation of Mad Jack lands on the deck next to you. The basic facial features and size are the same, but the cast of his skin is now a deep green. His teeth elongated, some coming down into spikes, the incisors. His fingers, bony, long protrusions. And 2 tentacles coming out of his... Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was about to say, immediately seeing this, Oakley is going to pull a dagger, go up to him, point it to his neck.
You have 2 extra arms that come out of your shoulders, both of which are tentacles about 3.5 feet long.
Nice.
Not sure that's a
So
nice
I'm in control of myself at the moment.
You are. Your eyes are blood red. And
I can't
You
see
are-
myself at all yet,
no,
though.
you cannot. And
I'm
you are
just like-
mentally torn. You are currently in a state of philosophical crisis.
Okay.
One half of you feels as if it maintains allegiance to the Sea Queen. The other half of you is trying to rip that piece out of you. Both of these pieces seem 100% you.
Jack.
Captain. He's like holding the hand closest to you up, like in like "don't hurt me" kind of a thing, or like "don't," and the other one's like balled up in a fist, like the farther one to you as a note. Didn't give him anything.
I turn to Atiro and I don't lower my dagger at all. What did you do?
Good question. I have no idea what just happened.
Castle Mac and crew with the raid, we love you so hard for coming in with dropping the 27 folks. We love you guys so much for coming
Yes.
by. We are currently in the middle of our pirate-themed Dungeon World game, where Mad Jack, refusing to make a deal with the entity in the deep, is transformed into a strange creature. As a ritual is cast on the deck of their ship, the Iron Maiden, and they are pursued by a skeleton fleet,
Because
holding an artifact that the skeleton fleet requires. How do we bring it back to the characters?
He did not explain this would happen.
if you're really who you say you are, how did you come to be quartermaster of my ship? I'm trying to, like, at this point, Oakley is trying to make sure it's actually her quartermaster and not just some Eldritch sea horror. And I don't know, you can say, I tell you the story of how I become the quartermaster of the ship, or whatever.
This kind of gives you a weird look. I killed old Captain Barnaby on the Silver Scale. You know that. That pompous blowhard of the Navy.
like that. I like that a lot.
I slowly lower my dagger and put it away.
What's so concerned? Ah! What? Ah! 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 What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you need
Oh.
giving him nothing, Jack.
I refused to offer him a deal, and this... I mean, he has a point. No. Captain? And actually, he's gonna look at a Tiro. What did you do?
I turn to a Tiro as well. Why don't you have 2 extra arms coming out of your back?
Because I'm giving him what he wants. All those dead guys.
How
Will that be the end of it?
that?
That rose. There's a second one. And then we need to bring him back to the island we just left. You know, just fun stuff.
I think that's a good idea. No. The last thing we can do is let that happen. The very last thing in the world that can happen is that, whatever it is.
He gets what he wants. He gets to devour souls.
It is what he wants. No. And like, you can just see the conflict.
I kind of turn to a Tiro and I point my finger. Did you not learn from Bonnie what happens when you make deals with the dead?
Oh, he's not death, Captain.
I kind of pause and I turn.
No, I don't. Ow. What's the deep lord anyway?
Oh, he doesn't even know what he made a deal with. He doesn't even know what he made a deal with.
Tentacle to forehead. Flick. Slurp. Oh, that's sticky. Oh. Boy, I don't like that.
I almost feel as though I'm a mother punishing a child for just being generally like, you know you shouldn't put your hand on a hot stove. Why would you do that?
Deals with the deep one.
Well, this is a Tiro who likes to experiment with large explosives.
No, I love the character. It's such a.
What's the difference between a couple explosives and the Deep Lord? It's not that big.
Everything. I mean, the Deep Lord will devour the entirety of existence by the end.
Boy, Jack, you really need to figure out which one you're gonna follow. The two of you is kind of annoying.
No, I feel like doubt is natural in anybody's life. It's just making itself particularly known with our quartermaster Jack here.
Captain, you do know that's the Deep Lord doing that to him, right?
Oh, no, yes, I know. I feel as though everybody does have that seed of doubt in them. And then she goes on about a philosophical, like, it's just really enhanced by the Deep Lord. It's just not the problem here. I don't know.
Keldor's literally just like, really?
Deep Lord or not, Captain, I refuse to give up anything that would jeopardize you or the ship. And that's me.
Captain Oakley gets very kind of still and looks at you, and puts her hand on your shoulder and doesn't really say anything. whether or not we're going to do the whole thing with the compass is neither here nor there, not right now. However, we have to find a way to get to his ship. I vote we go to them for a parlay.
Captain, at this point, I think we have a little bit of an advantage. Suddenly. Presently.
You do look very... I kind of look him up and down. Intimidating.
Or
Got 2 extra arms.
Marked by the Deep Lord might give them a bit of pause. Or make them angry. One of the two. One of the two. It's going to do something very interesting.
I kind of look, I'm like, can you actually carry swords with the tentacles on your... Like, how can you control them at all? Because being able to wield 2 extra swords would be not important right now. Okay, but either way, we need to talk to the captain.
You know what? He's actually going to try and, like, 4 sword wield. See if he knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't... You can. It's just... You feel like they're better used for grappling, maybe? Or just battering? They're like... You think... Give it a lot of... some practice, you could probably get into wielding them for weapons? With weapons? Like scimitars or daggers or something. But it almost feels like they're... To you, their natural use is bludgeoning. Like... And
smack. Got it.
Weirdly consuming.
Mad Jack is going to have a moment of clarity and look at the crew.
I'm just imagining him wearing this, like, evil smirk on his face, just like...
Yeah, how's the crew doing?
Oh, yeah. There's not that many people on deck right now. There were, until you showed up.
Right.
You look around and the deck is like, there's some people in the tops, there's like one guy back at the tiller, but he's holding it like this, and like trying to like stay as far away from you. I guess you'd hold it like this. You'd hold it like this, yes. And he's like trying to stay as far away from you as possible. Like, there's a scout out up on the bowsprit, just kind of keeping a lookout, and is like all the way at the edge of the bowsprit now, kind of almost he's really more like looking back at what's going on. But anybody who doesn't have to be on deck right now is not on deck.
Alright, well, in that case, he's gonna look around. Y'all act like you haven't seen a man cursed by the Deep Lord before! Come on deck and do your jobs! I'm still your court master!
Captain's hanging back for a moment. She's seeing how well this works, because this is... Don't act like you've never seen somebody cursed by the Deep Lord before.
Hang on a sec. I'm adding that as a quote.
This is amazing.
Doink! All done.
Okay.
I love it.
So, yeah. And he's gonna go start, like, working ropes and things like that as well. I can do it twice as well now. What's your excuse?
And you do find yourself, like, working with ropes and stuff is much like, you're like, you know, able to belay quickly and like tie ropes more effectively, and it is really great for your sailing prowess.
Hey.
So, are people coming up from below the deck?
No.
Oh, I'm going down.
You see people kind of playing cards, sitting around a table, some people like hanging out in their hammocks, just kind of looking up at the gangway, coming down. They see you come down, and they're all like,
I'm walking.
Hey, Captain.
Steady place.
Hi.
What are we doing down here?
Hiding from the evil thing, miss.
Smack him.
second. I gotta get it out of my system.
No, you're good. You're good.
Evil thing, miss. I want each and every one of your pansy asses up on deck right now. That evil thing
It
is
is
the
evil?
quartermaster. No!
You just said it was the evil thing.
That's what you described it as I go, and I kind of...
Sorry.
Your hair's out of the way, too. It's perfect.
Nothing has changed. You still take orders from your quartermaster. If he has 2 arms, or 4 arms, or 60 arms, I don't give a damn. You are on my ship, and you follow my orders. Is that understood?
Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
If I find anybody else disobeying him, or in general, just being a lazy pansy slob, you will go down to the decks, or I'll just cut your throat myself, because I am running out of patience.
All right. Yes, ma'am. We'll get back to
To the
stations.
deck.
Yes, ma'am. And like the night watch heads back up to the deck. They still all give Mad Jack a good berth, a wide berth, but are attempting to do their jobs while avoiding being near Mad Jack.
Right, keep tack. We've got... You think I'm the crazy-looking one tonight? Just wait until we meet the undead here shortly. It's just gonna be that kind of a day.
So what are you doing, guys?
Well, I guess we're gonna meet them over here now. We might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, send up the message. Come aboard!
Can we, because we need to go over to their ship anyway, instead, can we ask if we can board their ship? It would just be me? Or I guess me and...
I have a better
us
idea.
three?
He wants to board our ship by bringing his ship to us.
But yeah,
I
that's-
have invisibility.
But we also did promise a mage.
Yeah, he looks
No,
kind of
we
like a mage.
mentioned that
just
there's
saying.
one here. There was no
And
problem.
also, I don't have to make myself invisible. I can make someone else invisible. The guy who has all the arms.
Oh, that's a great idea. Ace in the hole, as it were. And I think the crew might be a little bit less concerned. Or more. One of the two.
They're all a bunch of pansies. What's wrong with an Eldritch Horror? Seriously.
Well,
Like
maybe
they've
someone
never
had
seen
thought
magic
about making
before.
deals with the Deep Lord, I wouldn't look like this. Although, again, it is pretty good for the sailing.
Sounds like a solid plan.
What does the ship's cat think?
Kitty!
Hi, Stream Kitty, you're so
Stream
pretty.
Kitty! Yay!
Aw.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, so you put up the signal that you're gonna allow.
I even have a small tentacle over here. That's not the way I meant it.
You know, 3 inches, but like a hubcap.
You know.
For those of you who didn't get that, that was a penis joke.
That was a penis joke. That was actually 2 penis jokes in a row. Yeah, that was
You only
double
get
Oh,
pinicky.
two of them. Oh, he's
In a
going to be
row.
so popular in port.
All right.
Everywhere.
So you're setting up the signal to come aboard, and then what?
Getting ready to meet him, and I guess you are going to be invisible and board their ship to look for the compass.
No, I think we can talk to them about this and find out what they need the compass for. Because
Yes.
if the Deep Lord wants it, he should have it. He should not have it.
Not concerned about the compass. He wants them dead. And that thing kills them. By the way, let's see.
Yes.
Let's see. I could make you invisible. You want a bargaining chip. If we have both compasses, that's a far greater bargaining chip than just having the one. I still think we should get you aboard their ship and you should find it. Or, well, there's a problem. How do you find it?
I don't even know what they need the two compasses for yet. We know why.
Find out.
I want to...
Anybody could make a spout lore roll.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Miss Oakley, Captain Oakley, you know that there is a myth that was told to you as a child about the roses of Rue, the compass roses of Rue, in fact. They're a matched set of compass roses that power a grand fleet of the undead. And that, should they ever both fall into the possession of that fleet, that it would become an unstoppable force among the seas. Moreover, these compasses, compass roses to be specific, were attuned to two great pirates of an earlier age, one of whom was kept captive underneath some strange island deep in a foreign sea.
Huh.
And that part of what locked her in there was the presence of that compass. How do you know that?
I've been looking for this treasure for a long time. You would have to know a little bit about the Pirate Queen Bonnie and all the lore. So at some point, I had been looking for information about where she might be, and I heard rumors about these two compasses, and it matched up with where Bonnie's treasure might be. So,
That makes sense to me. I love it. And it adds to your backstory. So yes.
boom.
Boom. Ba-boom.
What? Okay. Yeah. The crew's not getting this. Under any circumstances, the crew is not going to get this compass. I need somebody to... I turn to Atiro. Is there any way you have magic that could make it look like I have the real compass, but it's not the real compass? No minor illusion or...
Idea,
I do
Captain.
this, and I make it a really, really bad illusion of the compass, and it's like, yeah, that's about all I can do.
That's not gonna work.
No.
What if you put a really bad illusion of the compass on the real compass?
Well, then we lose our bargaining chip.
Do we though?
Then they don't know where the real compass is.
Unless they know where it is.
Or I can eat it.
Sense.
He actually looks surprised he said that, what?
Or I could eat it.
I mean, is that a terrible idea? Probably. Would it be mad enough to work? Also probably.
I guess he's trying to figure out where that thought came from, and would his newly weird body make it a workable thing to do?
Would he be able to pass this compass without any harm to himself?
Or something gross, let's be real.
Given your new physiology, you have no idea what'll happen.
He's gonna grab a nearby apple and devour it.
It goes down pretty... are you trying to, like, eat it whole?
I mean, does his mouth still work as normal, or does it, like, elongate, or...
It actually gets... When you open it, you realize it opens way larger. Yeah. It's like a maw.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna eat it whole.
And it swallows.
Can he bring it back up on command?
No.
Okay.
But you could pass it, I guess.
Okay, it turns out I think I could do that. Also, that's gonna be a fun party drinking part. Assuming we make it back to one.
That was unsettling.
I can imagine.
Tiro's just looking interested. He's like, huh, that's neat. So, invisibility. So, I'm going to cast... How do cantrips work in this game again?
I don't think there are. Are there?
There are.
We haven't done a lot with... let's see.
Like light was and...
Cantrips.
Like,
You just cast them and they work successfully every single time. Without
that's what
fail.
I'm wondering. Like, is it easier to cast than other ones, or do I just have them?
Let's see. It's not working. What? Control F. Okay, fine. Split level 2 multiclass requires and replaces beyond 10th level bonds. Resolving. No, just magic. Just magic. The magic means many things. Doink! That's completely unhelpful. That's what you have for magic? Hang on a sec. Go back. The wizard and the cleric spells. Some classes like the wizard have a specific magical effect. The basic flow of magic is to know, prepare, cast, and forget spells of the cleric. Lower the rotes. The wizard starts knowing their cantrips and through first level spells. Ever spellcaster. I think you can just cast them.
Without needing to roll?
Yes. We're just gonna, for the purposes of our game, we're gonna say yes. They act like a cantrip. Indeed.
Okay.
Because I can't find what the rule is specifically.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, since I'm an elf, I have detect magic as a cantrip.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna cast it.
Yeah. There's a beacon of light behind you in the detect magic spectrum. Horrible, eldritch, necrotic light.
Hey, Jack, can
The
you
worst
not
kind of-
quite so bright there?
Oh, no, that's the fleet.
Oh, the fleet. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. I still say Captain Jack.
Yeah. I mean, Jack is also magical now. He is a magical being of some sort, but it's a very different sort of magic than what you see behind you.
And then the compass rose.
Yeah, it is the same type of magic as Jack.
Interesting.
Ah,
She said she cheated death, too. I think I figured out how.
What do you have?
Okay, so I can find the compass,
Oh,
because it's a different type of magic than that fleet back there. Freaking bright. As much as I hate to say this, I don't think we should be making... You should be the one to go aboard their ship. Because you won't be able to find the compass. I can.
does Magic feel anything out of the compass, out of curiosity?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
So we leave this one here with us. I could probably eat it, and then you go onto their ship and steal the other one.
Yes. And then we have to run for our lives. Ooh. I have gunpowder. I'm going to bring gunpowder onto their ship. At
Okay.
least it'll cause a little bit of interestingness.
So let's lay out the scenario here really quick. What is it you guys are planning to do?
we're gonna let them come aside our ship to board
Mhm.
it.
Okay.
I'm going to be invisible at that point.
Okay.
I am going to get on their ship, look for the compass. When I find it, I blow it. I set a fuse, run back, and blow up their ship. And
Oh.
we try to make a run for it.
That,
That's the plan.
but it's only one ship.
No, there are
There's-
6 of them, but they asked if the Warspite could come up to you guys.
So that
Okay.
and if we do that, that'll at least give us a chance to get away.
We'd still have the captain on our ship, though. We'd still have the captain on our ship.
That's not a good thing. Let's put it this way. Free Bonnie Booty, whatever her flippin' name is.
Her Bonnie, yes.
Yeah. Remember how strong she was and how freaky she was? This guy has the same sort of thing with him.
Oh, is she on the ship too? That'd be interesting.
No, but I think her buddy is just like her. Or at least very close to it.
Wait,
You
that's
mean her
husband?
husband?
And she said she was going to meet him very shortly, and see us shortly. It stands to reason there's an entire possibility that she's going to step off that ship as well, you know.
And
True.
she's on we're on her good side because we set her free, right?
Maybe.
Maybe, but there's being on her good side and paying us a favor and ruling the entire sea with her and her buddy.
It wouldn't matter though, because if we have
Wait,
the
back up a moment with what you just said. Did you just say rule the seas with her and her buddy?
Yes.
Captain?
At this, you see you see Captain Oakley. Her eyes get really big and shiny, and she starts to smile. Well, that's an idea. I turn to Atiro. You just bring that other part of the compass on the ship.
Okay.
That's what you do. Okay?
Okay.
I'm trusting you. And I kind of go up to Atiro and I get really close. Just bring me the other part of the compass. And everything and you can have all of the gunpowder and blow up stuff that your heart can desire. I just need the other half of that compass. That's our only way out of here.
Alrighty, Captain.
She's got a kind of crazy glint in her eye.
Compass.
Hey, let's get that other compass hidden away so that they can't just grab it. Sure you want to do that, or do we want to hide it below decks so that you can actually parlay without them gutting you like a fish and your stomach?
What if they do the same thing we do with somebody invisible? Then we just swap compass pieces. Or, you know what? Let me hold it, and if they start getting squirrely, then I'll eat it.
Or we could make the bad imitation on top of the actual compass.
Okay, let's do the bad imitation.
I think that's a really smart idea.
And just keep it present here without showing it to them immediately. Because they'll know it exists.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. So, raising the signal to allow the other ship to come alongside. You pull up some of your sails, keep some going, in order to make the quick escape that you believe you'll need to make. Atero casts invisibility on himself and casts prestidigitation on the compass, which now looks mostly this. It's not going to fool anyone, but
Which is
you
the
know.
point.
Yeah.
Okay. And the ship pulls alongside, crewing this strange ship with ribs of bone going all the way down to the keel. masts that look like petrified wood, and sails that should not carry wind, is a crew of skeletons.
Oh.
Yes?
Before they get close enough to see, Mad Jack actually wants to throw a cloak on and things like that, just so he's less
Not
super
quite so.
visible.
Yeah, I got you.
But
also
stay
No.
with the captain, of course.
I want to yell to the crew, steady on, because I know they're going to be freaked the fuck out.
They are looking a little shaky, but they're holding together nicely. They've seen some crap over the last couple of days, so
Keep cool, you got this.
yeah, they're starting to get used to it. The ship comes alongside, and one of the crew members from the other ship, rickety bones and all, wearing these tattered blue shorts and this kind of tattered red vest, throws a rope across. One of your crew members catches it, and over the course of the next few minutes, they set up essentially a walkway between your two ships.
Hey, I know that guy. That's Ricky D. Bones.
Coming up from below decks are two exquisitely dressed people. One with pale skin and long red hair, wearing a simple white tunic and a red sash with a black collar, tight black pants, and high brown boots. The other wearing a red captain's coat with gold filigree, a long bejeweled scimitar at his side, blue pants and high black boots, holding hands. It is Freebooter Bonnie and Baron von Krieg. Both very, very dead. A greenish glow in their eyes. They and two of their crew members, possibly their first and second mates or something like that, walk across the gangplank and step foot on your deck. They look up at your rigging, or the Von Krieg looks up at your rigging. Freebooter Bonnie looks directly at you, Captain Oakley, gives you a smile and a wink.
I was like,
Thank you.
Sooner than I anticipated. Oh, you're very welcome.
So,
Welcome to
shall
the
we...
Iron Maiden.
It is a fine ship you have here. Shall we parley?
I believe we shall.
Here on deck? Or perhaps a little more comfortable?
I kind of come with me, and I lead them to the captain's quarters, I guess, which is much more comfortable. I'm guessing I have a sitting room couch that's fairly comfy. Nothing too exquisite, but...
Okay. You all get seated. So, you wish to speak with us?
Apologies if I misunderstood. I thought that saving you from the eternal prison that was you on that island wouldn't cause you to come after my lowly small ship with a fleet of your fine ghost ships.
Oh, you misunderstand. We come after you because we want you to be one of us. You and your crew. You've obviously proven yourselves worthy.
You want to recruit myself and my crew to your fleet, is that...
Yes. You realize the Baron has said nothing this entire time.
I'm Sorry, I haven't had the pleasure of making your acquaintance, sir. I am Captain Oakley, Winona Oakley. You're currently on my ship, the Iron Maiden.
He looks at his wife, and he looks at you. And he gets kind of this wicked grin on his face. And he opens his mouth, and there's just this noise that comes out of him. You realize he has no tongue. There's just this bloody stump. His teeth are red, stained with this ever-bleeding wound in his mouth.
Huh. Well, that must be a nasty wound. Apologies for the inconvenience. I suppose being undead, though, you have to deal with some inconveniences. Being undead.
You do?
Now, what would myself and my crew need to do to be a part of your fleet? And why should I take you up? And why should we take you up on this offer?
Sail the seas for eternity, booty beyond mortal understanding, seaports you've never seen before and raid them. It would only require your lives.
I do remember hearing a woman once say that she tried to cheat death, and death cheated her back. You see, I don't want to make the same mistake that she did.
She gives you a smile, and there's a little light chuckle. It seems I won in the end.
In the end, yes. But it took a little ways to get there. I would rather avoid all of the complications.
And, if I can interject, captains, the cloak rumbles. One, pleasure to see you again, Captain Bonnie.
Pleasure to see you as well.
But I think that there may be a bit of an additional hitch in the plan that wasn't just death.
And what is that?
He's gonna pull back the hood.
Her eyes open wide for a second, and as they do, we slash cut to Archer.
Woo!
Archer!
I'm sorry, Atero. Bad at the names tonight. I'm terrible at the names tonight. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Atero, you are invisible and have asked me to do a little switcheroo, which is easy enough to do.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Oh!
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
I didn't say what for, and you guys don't know that, so shut up. And so you are invisible. What are you doing?
I'm going aboard their ship.
All right. Being invisible doesn't mean you do not make sound. It doesn't mean you do not emit smell. It doesn't mean you do not feel human. So to move aboard their ship, you're still gonna have to be sneaky, right?
Yeah.
You just have some significant bonuses on that sneakiness.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, with an active crew on deck, and with you searching for a certain magical item, how you would go about doing that without, like, accidentally bumping into a skeleton, or stepping on a creaky board, or anything like that, right?
So, seeing as Atiro is extremely intelligent in terms of this, he's going to sit there and watch how the crew moves, and just like the rhythm of the crew, and then he's going to study like the layout of the ship and just get a mental plan of where he should be and when he should be there.
Given the timing involved, that there's just simply a conversation going on, studying the rhythms of the crew would take probably too long. So can we rewrite in the fiction as that having happened while the ship was coming up, and you're like through a spyglass looking at it?
Yeah, just kind of studying how they move and just kind of.
Sorry, hang on, back. Okay, so you've got a relatively good idea of how they move around here, but you're going to need to make me a roll.
Yep.
With a +2. It's just, what's the roll you would make in order to... You've got two goals you need to accomplish, right? Stealthily and invisibly slip past the skeleton crew and find and acquire the other compass.
Yes.
So how do you want to... Tell me how you accomplish those two things.
So to get past the crew, I would have studied them and, like, just kind of move in a way that avoids, like, the patterns. Because I'm assuming that any crew has a rhythm to how they move.
Sure.
And I would head directly to the captain's quarters first.
Okay. So go ahead. This is a defy danger roll, I think, with a +2. And you can use your intelligence, I think, right? That would... Being that you did a lot of studying, you are using your magic to aid you, I feel like, unless there was another attribute you felt like was more appropriate here, it feels like, to me, intelligence is most appropriate.
Intelligence.
Yeah. All right, you are easily able to slip by...
That's not even with the +2.
Right. You were easily able to slip by.
I clicked on the wrong thing.
But it's still in +2, right? Like, it's a 2d6 plus your int bonus, so it's fine, don't worry about it. You were easily able to slip by the skeleton guards. Not even... You duck behind a barrel over here because you see some folks coming and, like, somebody swings a boom where you know that they're going to be swinging a boom, and you're like, whoa, and you just kind of ease your way down below decks into the captain's quarters. So, once you're in there...
Okay, do I see anything in there? Is there any...
It's an amazingly well-appointed quarters. It's this large, kind of lush bed in the center with a desk on either side, 4 large, ornate sea chests, and then off in one corner there's kind of this round table with 4 chairs at it. Green carpet is across the whole floor here, and there's a very nice chandelier as well.
Okay. Looking around, I'm going to discern realities. See what I can see.
All right. You can ask me 3 questions from the list below.
What in here is not what it appears to be?
So 2 of the chests are actually traps.
Okay.
It's like chest, right? Kind of coming around the... Oh, I hate you both. And I love you both all at the same time. And 2 of them are trapped.
Okay. And what is useful or valuable to me in this device?
One of the chests that isn't trapped, you believe contains a few 100 gold pieces.
Okay. Nothing else?
Yeah, you think the compass is probably hidden in there too.
Okay. And what is about to happen?
What is about to happen? 2 guards are about to walk in and check the cabin.
I'm gonna stay invisible.
Okay. As you do, there's these 2 skeletons come walking and go, hey, alright. Let me take a look around. You smell something? You smell... It must be Bonnie. All used to be not dead recently and whatnot. Alright, let's get out. And then they walk out.
And then I go to the chest that's not trapped and I'm pretty sure has the compass in it.
Okay, yeah, and in there is just this pile of gold and jewels, and buried deep within the center of it is a compass that has a rose that's very similar to the one that I think you already know of. I'm not going to say whose possession it is, but that you already know of.
And I take that.
Mm-hmm.
And just that.
Yes.
And is there another exit out of the cabin?
There is an exit out to kind of a walkway that goes around the back of the ship at the captain deck level, but it's like a porch, right? It doesn't lead back up to the main deck.
Okay. Looking out from there, is there like a lifeboat or like small boat?
Yes, hanging above you is one of the ship's launches, which is a small rowboat.
Okay. And can I reach it?
It would take some effort. You'd have to kind of climb up there.
Okay, I am going to do that.
Okay.
Would that be a defy danger?
Hey, just like a plus strength.
Can I make it dexterity?
No, this is you hefting yourself up. Yeah, there's no like, there's not a lot of manual dexterity in grab pull.
Alrighty.
So yeah, you start climbing up, and you're like, I got it, and your arms let go, and you just fall flat on the thing before you, and you hear this clunk, 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 and the two guards come back into the room.
That's out on the porch, just invisible.
Mm-hmm. The problem is, you realize you forgot to close the door on your way out. Because you rolled it too. And they're like, the door's open. Let's get out there.
I'm gonna like press myself against the side, and then I'm going to toss something into the water and make it sound like I jumped into the water.
Interesting. Okay, what are you tossing into the water? What is around that is big enough to sound like a person falling into the water?
Well, I did say I was bringing a keg of gunpowder on board.
You did! So you're going to check that?
Yep.
Alright. So you check the gunpowder. And they both kind of look over and go, what was that? You should go report this to the captain. Right. And they leave.
And I'm going to attempt to get to that boat again. Please.
Yeah, you're able to get up to the boat, but as you do, it starts to kind of creak and up against the back of the boat. And now there's like skeletons looking over, going, "What's up? What's going on about there?"
I'm cutting it loose.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. As you cut it loose, it goes into the water, and a couple of the skeletons just start chucking, like what would they be chucking at you? Like spears and stuff down at you into the boat. And so, because you rolled a 7, this is essentially your escape roll, right? Because you rolled a 7, you're going to take a little bit of damage, even though they don't see you. There's enough like volley coming down, as they just don't trust whatever's happening. And you guys also said that you had a mage, so there is some sense to them being like, just fill it full of holes. So roll a d6.
2.
Yeah, you take 2 points of damage as one of the spears grazes across your arm.
Alrighty.
But you are in the water, in a small craft. Probably fit for 4.
How far am I away from the island?
You guys at this point are probably... You've been sailing for the better part of a day at 10 knots, so you're probably 60 miles away from the island now. Didn't think that through, did you? You guys are like here.
Alright. Oh, wait. Okay. See.
Don't do anything stupid.
Might be a bit late for that.
There's always a chance at redemption.
Who's
Just-
redemption, though?
Just put
Well,
it.
Oops, that's not what I meant to press.
What do you want to do? What are you looking to do?
I'm just trying to think, what can I do in this situation? Okay, so they're definitely see that I'm in the boat.
Well,
Or assume I
they
do.
assume somebody is in the boat. Because the
Okay.
boat doesn't just launch itself.
Okay, I'm going to actually. Well, they already know it. I'm going to start rowing away, directly away from it, back towards the island.
Okay. As you do, both ships, the spotters on the like crow's nest, both go, boats away! Boats away off the wall spike!
So we hear
And-
that in the cabin.
Yeah, and then we cut back to the cabin, which right after you reveal yourself, and they go, ah, there's this, you hear, boats away! Boats away off the wall spike!
What? I would look back at them. What are you on about,
We didn't do anything. Right after you reveal...
Captain? Shall we, captains?
Let's see.
give me
Yes,
one
we
second.
are.
I'm gonna restart my audio thing.
Okay, it wasn't just for me. Okay.
I said, Tira, you son of a bitch.
You know nothing. You still think you have it.
Oh, that's right. We
Okay.
did. Wait, what?
Okay, how is this?
Oh, you sound great now.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
You're good.
Okay, cool.
So
Alright,
I
yeah, I just
actually
needed to
tuned
restart
out
my
to the
audio
part where I
drivers.
wasn't involved because it's.
Yeah.
I learned that move from Thanrand actually.
Yeah.
If you're not involved, just stop paying attention for a little while and see what happens.
Okay.
All right. So
You don't
Sweet.
know what the fuck's going on in game.
exactly.
No meta.
So
No
out
meta.
of
No meta.
out
no
of game, I actually don't know. It's even better.
Oh, lucky.
They look at you and go, no, we didn't. This was an honest parlay. What's going on?
Good question. Let's go see.
Shall we?
So I guess let's run out there.
Yeah, all of you run back and you see, are you still invisible, Latero?
Yep.
You see a boat rowing itself, attempting to get away from you guys.
What? I guess grab a spyglass. Look there. What?
You see a small pool of blood in the bottom of the boat. Just very little bit of blood in the bottom of the boat. And the oars are going, reed, without any apparent person.
What? I turned to the two other captains. Did you have any idea?
No. Why would we want to send our own boat away?
Can Mad Jack figure out where it's going?
It is heading back. I would imagine it's heading back in the direction of the island.
That's accurate.
Is that correct, Atero?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it looks like it's heading back along the course you guys made.
Who has the compass right now? That would be the captain, right? Like as far as Mad Jack is aware from the looks everyone is giving me.
As far as we know, in game, I still have the compass. Out of game, I'm just not going to say that Tiro is a little bitch. But in game,
Oh.
I don't know. I know nothing. Yeah.
Mad Jack is well aware of what a Tiro would want to be doing right now.
Because you have that
Because it's
same...
what he would want to be doing right now, and well, half of him wants to do right now. Captain,
The
Let
rowboat.
me- let me see the compass.
I hand it to him.
I look at the compass.
It's not the right compass.
Looks like a fake compass with an illusion.
Fucker me!
It's the wrong compass.
I turn to the two captains. Would you like to help me kill one
A
of...
mutinous dog?
You might be able to torture him a little bit.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Let's get this done.
I'm loving these guys right now.
Oh my god, let's torture him. It'll be awesome.
It's like so cool.
That's what we're doing.
God.
We're gonna go after that guy, and we're gonna capture him and torture him.
Do it.
Yeah. And with that, they run back over to their boat. The gangway gets pulled up. It takes a couple of minutes, and it takes a couple of minutes for you guys to get some headway under you to be able to turn. All of this puts a distance between Atero and the rest of you. But by the time Atero gets far enough away, you guys are turned around. That doesn't look right. Hang on. That's not a thing. Doink. There we go.
Get it, losers. We're going torturing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are... Well, fuck it. Boink. You guys are turned around. That's very Monty Python right there is what that is. And heading back towards him and making gains on him as well. A single man in a rowboat is never going to move as fast as a ship under full sail.
So I would like to actually... Can I do a quick little retcon thing?
What's that?
One of, I guess, their quartermaster stays on our ship and I go on their ship? As kind of like an exercise of trust? Because otherwise, this might go really poorly.
Yeah.
What would they have to gain?
One, to show that we could actually work together and see that, this wasn't like a trick of our own or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up. Basically, it's a thing of, we want to show that, no, seriously, this wasn't our idea.
Okay.
Definitely not.
And
Okay.
plus, the Mad Jack has more than enough reason to be on that ship at the moment.
Yeah, no, they'll totally go for it. And you'll swap a crew member, which is Mad Jack on their ship, and their quartermaster on your ship, who's a skeleton. Yeah. Wearing a black vest and black pants and no shoes. Yeah. It's all kind of tattered, and he's got a scimitar on his hip. And
it's Mr. Bones, the one that did the gangplank. I recognize this.
Oh,
it's Mr. Bones.
Richie.
Yeah.
Richie, yeah, I got you. Hey.
Oi.
Rag.
Take care of my ship, please.
Oh, right. Okay. Sails. Now. And then everybody kind of looks around. And the sails come down. And you guys start sailing after. You're able to make the turn. Atero, they're catching up to you.
Yes. I have both compasses in my hand. Do they do it?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
So have you dropped your illusion? Or have you dropped your invisibility at this point?
I have not. Not yet.
Okay. Then they don't see you. You can have anything in your hands and they won't see you. Yeah.
No, I'm not showing it. I'm trying to examine what these... do I get any vibe from them? Are they doing anything interesting now that they're together?
No. Nope. It doesn't feel like they have any magnetism towards each other.
Okay.
Or anything like that.
Alrighty. So... Yeah, and they're catching up slowly.
And they will catch up long before you make the island. And probably after your arms run out of strength. From being alone on the open ocean, fighting waves in a rowboat.
Okay.
I feel like... What are you doing?
So, I'm
barring anything else, they're going to catch up to you in an hour, tops.
Okay. I'm not going to row as hard as I can,
Yep.
I'm just going to keep rowing, though.
Okay.
And I'm keeping invisibility on.
Okay. About an hour passes and you guys catch up to the boat. It's right off the bowsprit. And it is still rowing itself invisibly.
It stops rowing itself as soon as they get within a certain range.
Okay.
It just starts drifting.
Okay. The boat stops rowing and starts drifting.
Atiro, I kind of yell over the deck. This is your last chance. Take off the invisibility, and we'll parlay.
There's no response.
On the other
Lord.
ship, captains, if I might suggest,
Yes.
if your crew have muskets,
A few.
let's take some shots.
I immediately, at that, I take my flintstock, and I just fire the 3 shots that I have towards the boat.
Nice. All right. So a couple of things happen simultaneously, Atero. The captain pulls out her pistol, and 5 musketeers run up to the front of the deck and all shoot down into the boat.
By that
Jack is
point,
going to be one of them too.
Okay.
I would not have been in the boat.
So they would have noticed you slipping out of the boat.
Yeah, so you would notice
Yeah.
the
'Cause if I
splash.
slipped out gently on the other side,
I feel like there would still be enough movement
Yeah.
to see the water rippling.
I would give you defy danger and them a discern realities.
okay.
Because in choppy enough water, yeah, you can totally get away with it.
Yeah,
Choppy
But
water,
then
yeah.
you're in choppy.
you've already determined that I'm having to struggle through waves, so
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're a small rowboat on the open sea, but this is also trained crew people. So it's not like they're not used to these sorts of things.
yes, that's what I'm saying though. Is it's not like still water where it's like, oh, the guy just got out of the boat, obviously.
So this isn't really built for oppositional roles amongst players.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This system really isn't built for that. So I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it.
I'm sorry. I don't want to.
I had to.
We're gonna have.
to.
I know. At this point, I do
Look,
want to murder
I-
you.
Utterly respect what your character is doing. I want to make that clear.
I don't respect
I
what your
get
character's doing. I think it's a
Oh,
smart
right.
choice,
Yeah.
for you, and it fits the character perfectly. And it's awesome for me because I get to kill you.
Oh yeah, my character is like, how dare you? Look what you did to me, and look what I gave up, and look what you're doing.
It's true.
All right, so you're attempting to slide over the side unseen.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is
And
give...
enough. The moment I started drifting is when I would have gotten out.
Okay.
Like before
So-
she even called anything.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to have, for each boat, I'm going to have a discern realities roll based on the crew. So, Captain Oakley, roll a roll +2 for your crew,
Okay.
and then
This is discern realities, right?
yeah, this is a discern realities. Capjack,
So,
roll
7.
+2 for the other crew.
Okay. So 9 total.
Okay. So both of you get to ask me one question.
You or me first.
You can do first. You roll higher.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Somebody's gonna. You think that somebody is going to invisibly slip off that boat? Like,
Okay. Sorry.
What is about to happen?
Atero's going to attempt a new plan of escape.
I turn to both of the captains. Do any of you in your ghost sleep?
They're on the other boat.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
You have like
Quartermaster's there.
Yeah.
Right. I think he's about to try and slip off that boat there.
No,
All
I think
invisible
so.
like.
Can I send up a signal for the other ship to...
Yeah, you could even like
Stop.
call across to it with a.
Hold your fire.
And they look over.
Yeah.
Captain?
How close are we to this boat if he's trying to swim away?
50 yards.
50 yards?
Yeah.
I want to get a boat down, and he's been rowing for a while. I'm guessing he doesn't have a lot of strength back. If I have to get out of that boat and swim and drown him, I will. But either way, I'm getting my hands on a Tiro. So I call for a boat to be sent down with myself in it.
Okay. So what's happening on the other boat?
Yes, the quartermaster's gonna like be looking at that, going on. Oh, she wants to do this very personally.
And that's. Do you have any actions you want to take? I mean, you've been able to read the situation. You know what's about to happen.
Yes. Like, I know what he would want to do. Okay. I guess he would look at the other captains. You have someone that could get a rope around him, or even better, a harpoon through him.
Not if we can't see him.
Wait a moment, he's bleeding. He should.
It would have stopped by now.
Okay.
I need to see how long invisibility lasts.
As far as I know, it doesn't say how long. I might be wrong in that.
Yeah, let me see what ongoing means.
I think it just means I can't cast another spell. While the spell is ongoing, you can't cast another spell.
Yeah, I think that's right. You can't use any other magic while holding invisibility. That sounds right. Yeah.
So I can stay invisible as long as I want. I just cannot cast any other spell while doing so.
Yep.
Once I'm close and... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you still have to do your thing. Never mind.
I think you would probably take a musket and just aim it. And try and figure out where he is.
Okay. You could try and shoot blindly. But there's no obvious, like, hole for you to see. Like, there's nobody in the boat, right? So it's like you would just be hoping for luck.
Yeah, I mean, if he's at all swimming at this point, I'm looking for something that's splashing water, like a fish would.
Yep. Okay.
So, just do a volley?
So, yeah. The hard thing is...
Or would it be
how to
better for him
respond,
to just
Archer,
defy
I don't
me?
know how to respond to whispers in Roll20. I don't know how to do that.
You can just push /W and then my name, and it'll go back.
Okay, there we go.
I was about to say...
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Your boat. So you're going to lower yourself into a boat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you do. You're able to do that very easily. You hop into the boat, and they'll lower you down.
It's only 50 feet. I'm going to row over, and once I'm close enough, I'm going to be on the lookout for any signs of him swimming, because there has to be some signs.
Okay. There is actually, as you get about halfway out, about 20 yards off, you and take an XP, Archer. You come up. You see this this splash of water. No person because he's still invisible, and you hear this.
Flash of water. Mad Jack would take a shot.
Okay. I'm gonna make it at a -2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You hear a shot from the other boat that splooshes wide.
As soon as I hear this, I hold my hand up and I yell back, "Hold fire!" So I'm gonna row up, basically as close as I can to the splashing.
Yeah.
Go down, grab whatever I grab.
I avoid. Just like kind of.
Drag him back up on the rowboat, point my flintlock at him.
Let's do an avoid danger.
I was about to say.
Well, Archer, are you attempting to get away? Or are you going to let yourself be grabbed?
I'm not letting myself be grabbed.
Okay, so go ahead. They kind of have you. I mean, you're not locked in, right? Like you're still invisible, but at this point, you've had to put your head above water in order to, float
They
and
know
get
a
some
general
air.
area.
Yeah, and so she has a relatively good chance to like grab you, because you don't look like a wave. You look like a sploosh, right, in the water. And so go ahead. I would have you make a defy danger roll with a +2. And this would be Dex. This would have to be, well, it would have to be a physical attribute. Yeah.
Agreed. Dex. 9.
Okay, so as you do, you realize the real problem here isn't going to be her trying to grab you. It's that the sharks smell blood. And you feel this bump against your foot. And you look down, and there is a large, man-eating sized sea predator bumping around where you are, kind of honing in by smell on your wound.
Okay.
I'm guessing I see these sharks.
Yeah, you'll be able to see sharks are starting to kind of swim around your area right now. It's kind of this odd pattern because it looks like they're kind of leading with their nose. Well, I mean, they're fish, of course, are leading with their nose, but it looks like they're kind of sniffing about.
Which are you going to take? Me or the sharks?
There is no answer.
I'm still going to try to grab him because fuck it.
All right, yeah,
I make another plunge in.
Yeah, you plunge in, whoosh, and I gave it to, because there's not really PvP in Dungeon World. I gave it to Archer last time. I'm going to give it to you this time. Okay. And that's going to be, hang on, I need to look at a character sheet really quick. Okay. Roll a... I might take the sharks. Roll a... I guess, what's Fight Like a Pirate do? Oh, it's the Mayhem one.
Yeah.
Roll plus Dex.
Okay.
But take a -1 forward.
Okay.
So it's a straight 2d6.
Oh, well.
You sploosh down into the water and you almost fall out of the boat trying to grab it wherever it is, but you don't get him. But you get to take an XP.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. It seems like they're almost on you, the sharks. Archer, Taro.
Mm-hmm.
Last chance.
What do you do?
Let's see. Oh. How would he say this? As much as I'd like to live, I'd rather die than see you become a monster. And I'm going to just dive straight down.
Balls! The balls on this guy! Okay.
I wonder where they were, back when he first had 2 chances, but you found him in the end.
So are you essentially giving yourself to the sharks?
If I can somehow avoid them, yes, but I'm not going to, risk it. I'm just basically, I'm getting the rook compasses as far away from these people as I can.
Okay. As you dive down, Captain Oakley, you see the sharks dive down with something. And then they're on you. And for a moment, you feel a tugging. And then you feel a tearing. And then you feel nothing. You gave yourself to the sharks. And that, on that morbid-ass note, is where we're going to end the game for today. As one of the crew members is devoured by sharks in order to get the compasses away from the undead fleet, we are going to end our game.
This is hard because, I know this is a game. I know this is a game, and I know how in character it is, and it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. But that doesn't mean I'm not pissed off. That was really good. Holy shit.
Oh, had every angle covered but mutiny. Love it.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by this. So let's go around. Atero, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
And because I'm interested in why you made the choice you made.
Yeah.
So, Atero, he's seen people just find power and then go mad over it before. And he was seeing the signs of that in his captain, and he was like, fuck that, no, not my captain.
Wow.
And he's like, I would rather take all the blame and be the bad guy than let her do that really, really stupid thing she was going to do. And he was like, I can't let her. And so he took it.
Wow.
And if he could have, he would have made it, he would have gone back to the island and done it himself.
Yeah, there's just no way that a single man in a rowboat could,
If he hadn't been seen, it might have been happened, but the moment he got seen, it was over.
Yeah. And you were gonna get, the boat was gonna be spotted, right? And so that was the issue I saw, was there's on what is essentially a large kind of rolling plane with no other features, you can't really hide the rowboat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more of a chance to get back, but can't hide it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Wow. Magic.
Wow. I am amazed. Mad Jack is infuriated at his hero even more now than ever. Because not only did he take a deal the first time to save his ass, and put
his ass. He didn't care about his ass.
But it put the whole crew in danger. And then he did a ritual that put Mad Jack in danger.
That was stupid.
Mad Jack made the hard call, and even through it, was like, look, I'm going to spit in the eye of the guy that did this to us. And then Atero just backstabbed them, and he's like, how could you do this to us when we've sacrificed so much? But damn! Oh, I didn't see it coming at all.
I didn't see it coming. Yeah, that was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
And now we have, I guess another session to figure out the fallout of all this.
Yeah, we got one session left to figure out the fallout. And Archer, you can go ahead if you want to roll up another crew member. You should feel free. Who's just another person on the boat who could have been any of the other crew members, who wasn't the quartermaster, the gunner, or the captain. You should. Okay, cool. And that'll make it really easy to like weave your character, whatever they are, back into the story. And last but not least, Miss Captain Oakley. How do you feel about all that?
Captain Oakley's number one thing, and I just said this several times. The one thing that she expects from her crew is loyalty. In her mind, you see, you took a deal with the Deep Lord, and as soon as you got the chance, you didn't listen to your captain. You took your loyalty elsewhere, to somebody else who you made a deal with.
How it looks. Definitely how it looks.
And I understand the concern of she was getting too much power, but what was the other option? Giving the compass to the Deep Lord? That would have been even worse.
Well, the
You
thing
don't
is,
do that.
the Deep Lord's far more powerful than the compass. The compass isn't what he's after.
The compass is totally what he's after. Remember?
Not in Atiro's mind. Atiro, what the Deep Lord asks is to devour the undead. He wants the undead dead. And in Atiro's mind, it's like, well, that's kind of what we want too.
We think that, well, that's what he thinks they want.
Because wasn't part of your deal to bring the two parts of the compass to
Nope.
that place?
Nope.
Whose part of the deal was
There
that?
was.
The only part of the deal, that was what I asked for when I said, how do I fulfill this? Is how do I kill them? Is bring the compasses back.
Wow. Well, this has been a hell of a session.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am.
You were like a tiny. I was trying to lead you in the right direction with the slaps on the back of the head. You were like a tiny child, and I put my trust in you. And you
And this is
betrayed
how
me.
You realize he's older than you.
I don't care. I don't care.
And
Oh,
he's
shit.
seen when people get power, and he doesn't think. So the thing is, the compasses themselves, from what Atiro is experiencing, is they are part of the power of the Deep Lord. They are not separate from him. That's just
That is an assumption. That isn't that's a fair assumption.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know,
love you,
and we'll find
Arthur.
out more next week on the finale of Blood Red Seas. All right, everyone, let's go around and do a quick shout out. Who are you? Where can we find you? And we'll go the other way around, starting with Miss Abigail Frenzy.
I am Abigail Frenzy. I will probably not be getting much sleep tonight. You can find me on the Twitter at Abigail Frenzy. I'm doing a couple of things right now. Every other week, I'm on the forefront. On the Forefronts channel with Queers and Quaggoth, which is like a talk show about where you talk about different types of monsters and like the monster manual and how to, one, make good combat situations that are three-dimensional with certain monsters, and two, to include some LGBT storylines in tabletop role-playing games, which is super important. So that's usually on every other Saturday. Every Thursday, I'm on Exploding Dice's channel playing another pirate. So that's a thing. We're taking 2 weeks off, so whatever. And then Tuesdays, you can find me on the Greyhawk channel, where I play a warlock in a really, really dark campaign who just kind of just wants to die. Just let her die already, but it's not happening. Yeah, it's dark, but it's really interesting. So, yeah.
Okay, great. Archer.
Hello, my name is Archer VI. As you know, I have a Deviant art page at Archer VI. I will be updating it soon. I just have a couple finishing touches to put on some pieces. I am in the Tales from the Kingdom of Fife game, which airs earlier on Sundays. I believe it's 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when we start.
5 Eastern. 5 Eastern.
5 Eastern. I get them
Yeah.
backwards.
Yeah,
it's 3 for me, so yeah, 5 Eastern. Sorry.
Right on, man. Yeah, he's
It's a lot of fun, and my character there isn't quite as
suicidal.
suicidal.
Yeah.
You just threw yourself to them sharks. Like,
Wow.
you believed what you believed in. Your character was like,
To the hilt with
Yeah.
it, and I love that. That was an amazing dramatic moment, and I'm glad I got to be a part of it. But last, and certainly not least, Mr. Captain Jack.
Hey everybody, I am Capjack, or at Captain J Cross on Twitter, as well as the Discord. You can find me all over the Welcome to the Party channel on the 2nd, 4th, and 5th Tuesdays of a month. I am playing Lucian, the Tiefling Warlock, who is one of the Mimic Knights. On Thursdays, this opposite Thursdays, I'm in 2 different games. This upcoming Thursday is our Pokemon 5th Edition game here on the channel, where I play the Poketaker, who likes to kick Pokemon and take names. And opposite of that is a Shadowrun game where I play my namesake, Capjack, an Orc Street Samurai, who has an interesting experience waiting for him when he gets back to game, because things went very poorly for the crew when he was away this past week.
Ruh-roh.
That'll be interesting. And here I am as Mad Jack Thorne on Blood Red Sails. So next week will be interesting, and you should be here for it. 'Cause, oh my god,
I have no idea how
this
this
is
is going
going
to
to
end.
be interesting.
Yeah.
no.
Right?
Yeah.
You got a week
Hi-
to figure it out, because oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was going to go an entirely different way than it did, and that's why I love role-playing games. I am. Well, we'll start with this. Hi, I'm Throck. I'm at Throck Plays on the tweeters. I'm one of the co-founders here at Welcome to the Party. Welcome to the Party is a community dedicated to inclusiveness in gaming and teaching people how to stream, or giving people who want a chance to stream in games. And you can join us if you want to be a part of all of that fun on our Discord. There's a link downstairs in the description. And this has been Blood Red Sails, where what the crap, I don't even know what to say, because one of the great things about Dungeon World is one of the rules is leave holes, right? It's leave giant gaps in the story for the players to fill in and just make shit up as you go. And that's exactly what happened tonight. And I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I always feel bad killing characters because I'm a big softie. And I'm like, is there some way I can get? No. There's just he just like headlonged into the the bitey fish.
I feel
And so
like we
The
gave
bite.
him a couple of options,
Yes.
and it was just so perfectly done, because even like the end statement, it was just like at the end he really did believe that he was doing this for his captain.
Yeah, which is super awesome. And last but not least, I want to thank you all for coming. If you're new to the channel, hit the follow button. We'd love to have you. We have games 7 days a week. Most weeks, sometimes it's 6. Just depends on if Mimic Nights is running or not. Although we will have a special one-shot this week with the cast of... this Tuesday with the cast of... where's it at? I don't know. I had a note on it somewhere, but I was a cast of Another Path podcast. We'll be doing a show on our channel on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. And tomorrow you can find us at 6 p.m. Eastern with our all newbie all the time game, which is called New to the Party, where an amazing DM named Zedix is running a bunch of new to 5e players through a campaign, and it's been super awesome. And with that, we're going to throw a raid out to our dear friends at Forgebreaker.
Really quick question for you.
Yep.
What's happening at the end of September?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So we that's not a quick question. So we are running a charity stream at the end of September for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is an organization that provides microgrants to folks going through transition to do things like change their birth certificates and change the information on their health insurance and things like that. All the super annoying things that go along with becoming who you're meant to be. And they also have a crisis text line or a crisis phone line that is staffed by trans members of the trans community for members members of the trans community. We're going to be streaming fully for 36 hours straight with 9 one-shots. We're already starting to pile up the giveaways. We're sponsored by Devin Rue, Maddie. So Maddie Plays has a merch shop, and he's giving away 9 t-shirts over the course of the thing for his Dirty 20s, his Dirty 20 shirts, so that's going to be fun. And we'd love to have you come by. I have a link somewhere to sign up if you're interested in joining us for that insanity. I can copy and paste this link into the thing, and then I'm going to make the other thingy. Oh, God, what did I do? I brought up something wrong. It's wrong. Cancel. There we go. I'm just so bad at things. Okay, there we go. There we go. That is for the charity at the end of September. And with that, we're going to go raid our dear friends, Forgebreaker. Hopefully they're not about to end their stream. Forgebreaker, an amazing member of the community and have been supportive to us. They started streaming at the same time we did, and they're awesome human beings. So we love you very much. Thank you for coming by, making chat awesome, and have a great night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Bye.